Hi everyone, welcome. So today I thought I'd talk about a phenomenon that I like to name the inner hell. So, all right, let's try this out. So, what happens when we are on our spiritual path, a spiritual journey? We are trying to connect with who we really are, our true selves, our beings, our our souls, our spirits, our and also the qualities of our being that manifest in our lives, really, because spirituality is so much about being human. And so these qualities are our sense of joy and peace and love and warmth and generosity and kindness and passion. There's so many different qualities of our beings. And oftentimes, our ego really got created and developed in response to the pain in our lives, in response to the pain that we experienced. And because when we experience the pain, at times when we didn't have inner resources to navigate the pain, our egos came in from a place of compassion to protect us, to protect us from being completely devastated and falling apart. And as we develop more and more, as we come into our adulthood and we start to have at least the inner capacity, whether or not we've actually developed it, we have more capacity as adults to navigate those difficult experiences. And but part of what happens is that our egos are in a place where they have become habitual, and like any muscle that we work out, it has become a strong kind of automatic pattern for most of us, where we employ the protection mechanisms of our egos to continue to protect us from those feelings in our day-to-day lives. And also, of course, we have a storehouse of feelings from our past that is being carried around by our bodies. All of that hasn't gone anywhere. It's in our body. So let's come to the concept of inner hell. So when we descend from our egos, when we descend into our true selves, our real selves, really, what happens is that we end up having to traverse inner hells. And these inner hells are feelings that we had to navigate. Usually in the past, they could be also, of course, we're humans, and so we always have feelings happening in our day-to-day lives. But really, a lot of the intolerable feelings that we have really suppressed in our bodies, those will arise as we background noise, as we as we try to connect with ourselves in a deeper way. And it's really challenging. I'll be honest with you. It's very challenging because part of it is like they can feel so intolerable, even if we've been on a spiritual path for a long time. And that's one of the reasons, actually, I want to bring this up, is that even people who have been on a spiritual path for a couple of decades or a few decades, even them, their egos still protect them, still find their ways around those wounds so that they can feel all kinds of things. I'm at peace, I'm feeling really I can feel really enlightened. But actually what's happened is that the ego has kind of bypassed, and really everything is still sunk into their bodies, our bodies. Where it's very hard to be in that place where we navigate those territories, especially without guidance, especially without support, especially without a community. I mean, there are people who have done it, no doubt. But also there are many people who reach the beauty and richness of themselves. And then as the deeper wounds arise, it can become very hard to navigate, very hard, and we can get very, very lost on a spiritual path. So I like to call this inner hell, because it really does feel like we're stuck in a place that is a feeling, and we don't know how to transition it. We don't know what to do with it. Most of us, we try to avoid it. We try to get away from it. We try to get some fun, some excitement, some kind of distraction. We go do our work. We even more so to run away from the feelings. We all have cultivated some ways of avoiding, and it can be a gift and a blessing to not be able to avoid the feelings of inner hell. And sometimes we also can't tell, is this feeling of inner hell, is this just my feeling that's arising, or is this guidance that's arising? Sometimes it's really hard to distinguish one from the other. And really, I just want to share that when we are stuck in these feelings, these intolerable feelings, whether it's lostness or hopelessness, powerlessness, nothing else is coming to mind right now, despair, we're just kind of grabbed in these feelings. We're really stuck or paralyzed, or fear or anger or whatever it is that we kind of stuck in, and we don't know how to get out of it. First of all, I want to normalize it. This is the state of being a human on this planet. The second thing I want to say is that if you can, this is to orient yourself that there is something that is there's something wanting to be birthed, I would say. And it's really hard for us to know that maybe that there is something wanting to be birthed. And when I say something wanting to be birthed, it could be, it's an aspect. It's not the outside circumstances. It is, but it's not. It is an aspect of your being. It's an aspect of your true self that is wanting to be birthed. Let me know how that sounds for you, and actually just check in to see how that sounds. It is yourself that is wanting to come back into reconnection. You may be able to find it or not. It may be easy or may be very, very difficult. But I just want to really topple kind of, sometimes when we have a lot of choices, when we have a lot of capacity to run away from the inner hells that isn't serving us, that doesn't serve us, to run away from our inner hells. It would be really, sometimes we have to, because we can't navigate the feelings, and to stay in a situation where we cannot navigate the inner hell, then yes, leave. But oftentimes in my lifetime, I've kind of experienced the stuckness. Oh, I can't get away from this. I don't even know where I would go to get away from these feelings. And I want to say they have been a gift. And of course, if you need help or support, please seek out, reach out to someone who can support you to navigate this, because it is not easy. Not easy. If somebody's telling you that it's easy, they don't understand. They haven't fully navigated to say that it's easy. It's not easy. If it was easy, our planet would be different. The people, we would all be very rich in our beings. Our egos would be aligned with who we actually are. It would be a very different planet. So please know, it is not easy. I hope this video was helpful. If you are in an inner hell, may you safely navigate to reintegrate an aspect of yourself that is waiting, that is calling on you to be re-emerged and reintegrated.